Yo, welcome in homie. But before we jump in, we have an important message from the sponsor of this video, my uncle, Usman bin Habibi Abu Sharamuta II, who wants you all to know that And with that important message out of the way, let's jump in with the time-sensitive deals this week, with Call of Duty going free to play. It's interesting timing, I must say, especially if we consider the release of Battlefield 6. I don't think I need to break down the gameplay of Call of Duty, as long as you haven't been living under a rock and you know what to expect from this bad boy. Well, unless of course the rock was in Verdansk, in which case, fair play, you probably got sniped trying to peek. The Call of Duty experience supports Call of Duty Black Ops 6 and Call of Duty Warzone, which are all free to play until the 16th of October. And next up on the heavy hitting list of free games this week, we have Blue Protocol Star Resonance, which is a weird name. But the game aims to expand the Blue Protocol universe with a vibrant MMORPG experience. It's not something I've had the pleasure to enjoy before, but here you get to create your own hero, team up for strategic raids, or simply relax and have fun with friends, fishing, crafting, and endless exploration. I guess it's fair to say adventure awaits with a twist of Asian sensation. It's everyone's favorite time, giveaway time. As a way of giving back to you guys who've subscribed and interacted with my beautiful face once a week at least, I try to find a nice game to give back to you guys. Last week we gave away This War of Mine. And I guess it's fair to say that This War of Mine is the most fun and uplifting game I have ever played. It really evokes a euphoria of childhood visit to the circus. Except people are terminally ill, mortally wounded, morbidly depressed, and have to steal food from old people to survive. But as I said last week, and without a doubt, This War of Mine is one of the absolute best survival experiences your juicy eyes will ever get to see. And that's why This War of Mine has my world famous Sickfishsticks seal of approval. It's a great game to win in the giveaway. And the winner this week is, drumroll please, Super Locrian, who said, I've almost picked up This War of Mine a number of times, but I didn't want a side of depression that comes with it. That's a good point, but maybe I win and get to install some new mental and emotional scars. My bad boy, perfect message that perfectly describes what This War of Mine does to people. Congratulations my mate on winning. Catch me on Discord and I'll serve your key that unlocks mental and emotional instability. For this week I was thinking to give away Dome Keeper. Here you get to defend against waves of alien monsters in this unique roguelike action miner, I guess you can call. You'll have the pleasure to dig for resources, collect useful gadgets and upgrade equipment to increase your odds of survival. You just have to hurry back before your dome is destroyed. And I guess it's fair to say that another way to describe this bad boy is basically it's Minecraft if Minecraft had anxiety. Dome Keeper is currently sitting in with mostly positive reviews on Steam with an asking price of €18 or approximately $23. If you're interested in joining the giveaway, the rules are simple. Be subscribed, like the video and add a comment with Sickfishsticks in the comment section. Good luck to all of you who decide to join, and let's get back to the free games this week. The next free game this week goes out to the platformers out there with Tiempo. Here you get to climb a towering clockwork spire in this 3D platformer. And a cool feature for some added spice is you get to use time pausing and rewinding powers to overcome traps and puzzles and enemies as you race to stop your rival from freezing time forever. It's an interesting concept with fairly cool graphics, and Tiempo is currently sitting in with mostly positive reviews. I think that's pretty much all I have for you for this game, but let me ask you for a favor since I have your undivided goddamn attention. If you enjoy my content and want free games served fast and with a side of weirdness, it would mean a lot to me if you would take the time and hit the goddamn subscribe button. It really helps me push out this juicy goodness to you all. Also, all of the games mentioned in this video are linked and chilling in the description. Straight to the deals, no googling required. Because who wants to Google stuff when you can let me do the scrolling and the suffering for you? Next up, I want to take a look at Spray and Pray, where the juiciness is dialed up to an 11. Look at that spraying. Spray and Pray is a fast-paced boomer shooter where you play as a Justinian, a priest armed with dual revolvers. Here you get to dash, run and jump through a demon-infested cathedral, vanquishing hellspawn and fallen angels to earn your righteous place in heaven. It's off to a decent start with positive reviews, and with the short time I've had with it, I must say it's surprisingly satisfying. I mean, cleaning God's house from the abomination that inhabited is just extra juicy. A cool little action shooter to kill a few hours here and there. I'm not entirely sure if you've had a chance to take Grounded 2 out for a spin, the sequel to Grounded where you're shrunk and have to navigate the world beneath our feet. Well, Grounded 2 is running a free-to-play weekend until the 13th of October, where you can take the sequel out for a spin. And here, Grounded 2 will offer you an open-world single-player or co-op survival adventure, where you get to craft weapons and armor, build your base, and traverse the playground on your buggy. It's really well made and the sense of scale is done very well. I guess it explains the positive reviews that this game currently has with just around 8,000 reviews, but keep in mind it's still in early access, so that's kind of impressive. If you want to take Grounded 2 out for a try, get a few hours with it, you can check it out, linked in the description. Next, I hope you're buckled in for Cuteness Overload, because have a look at Hydropawnics, where you'll have the pleasure to help the space cat on their missions to stars by fixing generators, dodging lasers, and keeping the last plant alive in the hydropons. It was released on the 3rd of October and it's sitting in with 8 reviews, so it's a bit too early to use the reviews to judge the juiciness of this one, but I must say, Cuteness Overload, 10 out of 10. Next up, I want to get your eyeballs on Escape, which is a first-person physics-based combat game starring Ape, a genetically enhanced ape nonetheless. Here, you'll get to slide, ground pound, and throw your way through brutal trials to prove you're the apex specimen and finally break free from the lab that caged you. Escape is off to a decent start with positive reviews and perfect for anyone looking for some action arcadey platformer with a first-person perspective. I want to take a quick jump over to the Epic Store where we have a total of, I guess, 3.5 total titles to claim this week. Firstly, Gravity Circuit, which is a flashy action-packed 2D platformer in the spirit of console classics. Here, you get to follow Kai, a lone operative war hero who harnesses the mysterious powers of Gravity Circuit. You're on an adventure in a post-apocalyptic world inhabited by sentient robots. I guess it's clear to everyone that this bad boy is more on the pixelated side, but that's not a bad thing. Movement is juicy, it's just difficult enough to not make you rage quit. And as an added bonus, Gravity Circuit is currently sitting in with overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam with just over 2,000 reviews. So even if you don't take my word for it, you might take the other 2,000 people who say it's a banger. And alongside Gravity Circuit, we have some free gift for Albion Online, which I really don't want to cover. I mean, to be fair, I doubt that any of the people watching this video actually play Albion Online, but if you do, I guess congrats, here's a free gift. But in all fairness, and a lot more interesting are the 2 free games you can claim starting the 16th of October with Amnesia the Bunker and Samorost 3. Amnesia Bunker is something special, and it's here to scare the living chicken out of you in this bunker-based first-person horror game. And from what I hear, it's actually a great educational game on how to survive in Eastern Europe as an exchange student. Amnesia the Bunker is set in a World War I bunker, and a relentless AI-driven monster stalks you. Survival depends on finding tools, crafting items, and keeping the lights on and one foot in front of the other. It was released in 2023 and it's currently sitting in with mostly positive reviews on Steam and a 7 out of 10 on the Sickfish scale of juiciness. It's without a doubt a fun game, and with an asking price of 24 euros or 27 bucks, it's a great scoop to claim 100% free of charge. And that brings us to the last but not least Epic Store offering this week of Samorost 3. Which is an exploration, adventure and puzzle game from the award-winning creators of Macnamarium and Botanicula. Here, you'll get to travel across space to 9 unique worlds teeming with colorful challenges, creatures and surprises to discover along the way. And it's all tied together with a brilliant soup that brings it to life with beautiful artwork, sound and music design. And I know a majority of you might be looking at this and thinking, goddamn Sickfishsticks, why would I put my eyes through this pain? But trust me, perfect setting to tell a story. And in all fairness, if you don't believe you're Sickfish truly, then look at this. Samorost 3 is currently sitting in with very positive reviews on Steam, and for a point-and-click hand-drawn game, that's pretty impressive. I highly suggest you park this bad boy in your digital library for now and enjoy it at a later time. And that pretty much brings us to the end of today's video. Thank you 1,000 times for taking the time to watch my video. Thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't, subscribe if you haven't, why not join the club? Thanks a lot for watching. I will nurse my cold in the shower, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.